everyone, my name is Sharon and I am the owner of Create Lavender, a stationery and gift shop where we encourage you to express yourself authentically, boldly, and proudly. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video and taking a moment out of your day to view my video. And so for that, I would like to say thank you. You are truly appreciated. So in this video, I am continuing my Vlogmas in which I am preparing for a holiday pop-up shop that's taking place downtown Pittsburgh as part of the overall holiday market that takes place down there every year. So let me give you a quick background on that. So every year there's a holiday market they set up in Market Square down in downtown Pittsburgh. And there's like the skating rink is over in PPG, and then the Market Square has the holiday Christmas market where they set up like little gingerbread houses or something like that for the vendors. There's a stage, there's activities, all around. And the difference this year is that because of the NFL draft that is taking place in April here in the city of Pittsburgh, they are making the city very pretty, I guess, is what they're doing. And so they are in the middle of renovating Market Square. So what they have done is they have moved the holiday market over to what is called our cultural district, where the Benedum Center is. And the Benedum Center is like where they show the Broadway plays, stuff like that. So excuse me. So over in that area is where they're going to now have the market just for this year, while renovations are going on. Now, as part of that holiday market, they have pop-ups, and one of the pop-ups they are having is the black market, and the black market is for black-owned businesses. Your business has to be 51% owned by 51% owned by a black-owned, and as part of that market, so as part of the holiday market is the pop-up market, the black market, and it takes place over 2 weekends. So it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. But you can only choose one of the weekends. So I'm doing the first weekend, which is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. And the reason you can only choose one of two of the weekends is because of the demand and because of limited space inside of the tent that they set up. It is you're only allowed to choose one of the other weekends, and I'm trying to, and they have to pick and choose who is going to be where. So like you could say I want this weekend, but they could say, well, we have too many candle vendors in this weekend, so you'll have to do this weekend, or we have too many soap vendors for this weekend, you have to do this weekend, or maybe we have too many crocheters, and so we're not accepting any more crocheters. So that's sort of like the way it goes. So anyway, we're preparing for that, and as part of my Vlogmas video, I'm just taking products or inventory that I have in my Shopify shop, and I am just preparing it for downtown. And part of the vlog is just me going through different steps, different days, trying to keep the videos pretty short, but also kind of introducing myself, introducing my brand, introducing the channel, as part of an ongoing, so that when 2026 comes, when we get to my 2026 goals, we'll talk about this then. So when 2026 comes, I am on a consistent weekly or bi-weekly schedule. So that's the short of it, but the long of it, but the short of it. And as you have seen, because I'm going to put it in before I start talking, I was working on my journal. And the journal I had pulled, and I pulled the cover, and I was working on the Speak Life one. So this is the Speak Life cover. And they're glossy cardstock. And the reason already has the holes in it is because when I order all my covers, what I usually do when I have them, like when I'm not doing something, like if I'm sitting down, why is my throat want to act up? Say I'm sitting down and I'm watching a movie, and so while I'm watching a movie, I can just sit there and I can punch the covers when they come in. And so this is where I have all of my covers. The other type of cover, which, because we're going to work on, I'm working on the journal, the 8x11 journals first, because I feel like those are the easiest. They don't need cut. All I have to do is punch the holes and put the spiral in, and we're done. Now, for my other ones that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you, this telephone bag is up here. I'm going to show you one of these covers. So here is which we'll be doing probably in the next video. So we're going to stick, probably in the next video, I'll talk more about, I don't know if I will, but I think this will be, but I'll do. It'll be in a future video, but for this event, because who knows, we got notepads I'm working on as well, so who knows. But anyway, and I still have stickers, even though in the first video I said I was doing, I didn't really actually show me making and packing my stickers. I just kind of wanted to talk. I'll put that up here, so I was kind of more talking than I was actually showing. But anyway, but so here we have this is the other one, and this is an 8x10. And you see, this is the prayer and study journal, and it has a sheen. So both of my prayer and study journals have a sheen. Let me see if I can quickly pull out the other front cover. So this is the front covers, and then since okay, here is the back cover. Let me just set this over here. Here's the back cover to this one, and it also has a sheen. So I order when I order my covers, I have to order, well, I don't have to, but I do. You order one design, so you can get 25. The minimum you can get is 25 of one design, 25 of the other, you know. So if I'm doing back and front, I'm going to do front. Now you might want to do something different. Maybe you want to do back and you want to use chipboard, I mean. I don't know. But so I order a front, and then I'll order a back. So it's really just ordering two, like, if that makes sense. So I'm ordering two. I also have my planners, and I do my planners. So let's look at, I mean, there's different ones. Like this one I haven't put out yet. This will be the social media planner. This planner, I'm just going to use it just as a cover, as an example of something. So I have this, and this one I use, and I make a 100-day planner, which means it has 100 days, 50 pages, back and front, 100 days. And I also have a 6-month weekly one that I also use for this. As a matter of fact, let me pull those out. So here's an example. Another thing that I do is when I pack my journals, I actually like to put them in a cellophane bag for events, because one thing I've learned on a lot of outside festivals and events is hands, greasy food, paper products do not go. So while I want to be sustainable, I do cover my stuff in plastic. But so here is a 100-day planner. Here is another 100-day planner. And then here is another 100-day planner. I'll show you the inside. But then I use the same covers, and I make the 6-month weekly one. These are obviously not as expensive as if I was doing hardcover, which will be in the future for some future designs, is because it's more cost efficient because I'm using the cardstock. Now, what was I saying? I was saying these are my ones that I keep on the table. So what I'll do when I set up my table is I have the ones that are in cellophane. I might have a few out just to show, but I mostly keep them under my table or somewhere where I can grab them. And I keep these out on a table so that people can come and they can just flip through and they can look at the thing. So this is the 100-day one. It's pretty much the same page over and over and over and over. 100 days of planning. Whereas the one that I do for the 6-month weekly, that changes. I'm really not trying to sell this, but I'll just show. So I always do an inside page for everything that matches the cover too. This I print myself. And then this is the weekly. And I'm only going to try to do this quickly. And then it has a meal, a spending tracker for every week, and weekly reflections, and your week at a glance. And then back to this. Week at the glance is the first page. I just didn't show that first when I was opening, but then that, and then it just repeats. So week at a glance, the week inside, meal planner, spending, weekly tracker, and reflection. Then it goes to week in a glance again. Then blah, blah, blah. So that's how that goes. And the paper I use for all of my planner and journals, the one that we put together was the Speak Life one. And I also have activity books. I'm coming up with some coloring books. I have an activity book, but the coloring book, the 2 coloring books, it's so funny. I started in October. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I'm not going to get this done by December anything. Not November, not December, not even January. So those are on the back burner because they're 2 Christmas themed coloring books. One features characters, one features animals. And I want to do I want to be one of them businesses that does Christmas in July. Even though QVC does their Christmas in July in June, because I do watch it. But anyway, so I want to be one of them Christmas in July, get my stuff, get wrapping paper, get the gift wrap and everything, my Christmas cards, greeting cards, all that stuff for holidays. But for Christmas particularly, I want to get mine out in July and just have them out. And then, but we got to work our way up to that. But anyway, so can't wait for that coloring book to come out. But the paper that I use that I love, and I think this paper is so nice. I use it for my notepads. I use it for my journals. And that is, this hammer mill paper. This paper, it's thick. It's thick. And when you write on it, it's like butter. It's just so nice. I just love this paper. It's not cheap paper. Not cheap paper. I buy a box of it, and I forget how many of these is in a box. I think there's like 6 or 8 packs to a box. It's like $100-something. Not cheap paper. Not cheap paper, but I love it, love it, love it. And I'll be using it in future hardcovers and everything else. Currently, the inside pages I print on my brother. So the inside pages, the inside pages are black and white mostly because my laser printer is actually black and white, and I actually need to get myself a second one just because of the coloring books coming out, increasing the planner line, the journal line, all that good stuff, notepads. Well, I do my notepads in color, but there are some that have black and white design to them, and I can use that. But for the most part, I have a brother. I'm not going to have the printer is here, but what I'll do is I'm gonna see. This is like the cartridge. Okay, oh, it is a cartridge. This is the 2 cartridges, the cartridge that goes inside of the printer. This is it. I have a 2-pack, and this is extra large one, and this is $100-something as well. But It's worth it because it prints so much. You know, it say up to 3,000 for this pack, and I be printing. So I have a few of those boxes, and just going to talk about my overall goal for Create Lavender. So like I said, I have this printer, but what I want to do is, currently I work out of my home, and the goal is to get from my home into a warehouse, and I want to get commercial grade printers. While my guillotine works, you know, it's better than me doing that one with the slide, having the guillotine that I can cut. An electric cutter, that is what the goal is. That is the goal. The goal is the electric cutter, commercial printers, the whole shebang. Because now I order these out, like I think I said, and I would like to bring them in. But the printers that I have aren't going to be able to do this. It's the same for, well, I'm here, and this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm not taking my greeting cards with me because I only have 5 designs right now, and none of them are Christmas, because Christmas ones didn't work until last, and they won't be out till next time anyway. But I get my greeting cards printed as well as the same place that does these, and the minimum you can get is 100, and I want to be like a Hallmark. I want to be like, when these cards are gone, I want to just keep rotating my designs, coming up with new designs, whatever, all that good stuff. And I would like to bring it in to the thing and I'll just show you real quickly. This is a birthday card. I embellish these. I do the embellishment on my cards, but all my cards have words in them, sentiments. So there's a mama card. This one's not embellished yet, but it has, I like to do sentiments in my cards. Makes it a little bit more expensive to order, but I feel like a greeting card has words in it. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, yeah, so let's get back over so I can show you, talk to you about what else I use, and then alrighty, so now I've moved to my work table and I've pulled out my mic. I'll clip that to me. I have a mess going. Like, I can make it rain. Currently, for my making these journals, I use this Heidi Swap cinch. I use it when I first started my business. This is the thing I bought. This is what I seen. I was like, oh, these are cute. I seen people using them on YouTube, and I was like, let me get me one. I've had this, I think, since 2019, and I didn't start making journals until the middle of 2025. So I really hadn't worked with it. And not that I'm complaining, because it does the job and it's doing what it needs to be doing. But I don't really like having to adjust. I've made so many mistakes forgetting to pull a pin because I'm doing an 8x11. So I forgot to pull the pin to make sure I don't get the extra hole. And then I get the extra hole, and so I have been looking, and I did see on Amazon, I'm not saying it's better, but I do see that you can punch an 8x11 without having to take it out, pull this down, make the adjustment. So I am going to be trying that coming in January, because if it helps me speed up the process where I can just do one punch for at least for these, then that would be good too. And matter of fact, not just at least for these, also for these covers and the other covers, because you still have to make the adjustment. Make sure you pull out the 10 for the 8x11. Make sure you pull out the 8 for the 8x10. I have to keep reminding myself to do that all the time. And I just think it would be easier. Also, I know on the one I saw on Amazon, even the part where you put your coils, is longer, and so I don't have to make sure, because every time, me and the coils, it's a battle. It's a battle to get my coils nice and round. You know how many coils I have gone through? I have my trusty wire cutter, and then I have to cut them all off because they're not looking good. I mean, I'm just like, let me just make them look decent. And it's because sometimes I'll start off and I'll do so well, and then it's when I have to move it, and I don't know what happens. It's like everything shifts, and then I go to punch it, and then it doesn't look good. So then I have to take it off and go back and redo them. But this is the Speak Life one that we did, the book of quotes that you can make, and you can draw in, and you can do all that stuff. So that is what this is. And this is the tool right now that I am using. And I did say, when I do bring in, of course, obviously, I'm going to be doing YouTube regularly now. When I do get the other one, which should be also square 2:1 pitch, because I wanted to keep everything consistent, the same. And then eventually I would like to get another one and have different holes, but that's for another time. So that is what I use. And now I will say thank you for watching, and I will see you in Vlogmas 3. Bye.